Hey guys, this is Tamela, and I want to ask you one quick question. Is your chandelier hung at the correct height in a space in your home? Well, in this video today, I'm going to share with you 4 designer tips on how to find the correct size chandelier for any space in your home. So now let's go ahead and jump right in. Being an interior designer, we understand that scale and proportion are 2 key design elements needed when it comes to designing and planning a space, especially when it comes to hanging chandeliers. So that's why it is so important in choosing the right size chandelier. Now, this takes me right to my first design tip number 1, and that is to size the chandelier to the table. Now, let's look at this diagram. If you notice that your chandelier should be a half a diameter to 3/4 diameter of your table. So if you have a 48-inch table, then your chandelier should be no more or in between 24 inches to 36 inches in diameter. We all know that chandeliers are the jewels of a space, and they can add class and sophistication to a dining room table. Now, if they're hung too high or too low, they can become a huge distraction. My design tip number 2 is to make sure that you have the proper height for over a table. Now, let's look at this next diagram. In most cases, the bottom of your chandelier should be 30 inches to 36 inches above your tabletop or surface. Always consider what's going to be placed on top of the table, whether there be tall accessories, centerpieces, or florals. And also for rooms with taller ceilings, such as over 8 feet, the chandelier can be moved up 3 inches per foot. It is always fun to hang a chandelier in unexpected spaces, as in the case in this staircase rotunda. However, it is sometimes hard to gauge how high or how low to hang the chandelier, especially when there's not a table present. My design tip number 3 will address this height issue. Now let's look at the next diagram. The height of a chandelier in a space without a table should be at least 7 feet from the floor. Now, keep in mind, if your ceilings are taller, you can actually hang the chandelier a little bit higher. Adding a chandelier to a space will help to create a focal point in your room. But it can become another tricky situation because you are now having to consider a larger space. This leads to my 4th and last designer tip number 4, and that is sizing a chandelier to a room. Let's look at this next slide. Now, I've added some mathematical equations that's going to make this process a lot easier. To size a chandelier to be the focal point of your room, measure the length and the width of the room and add those figures together. Then you change the sum, in the case above, from 30 feet to 30 inches, and then you will have an approximate diameter of a chandelier for your space. Now, keep in mind, this is just a starting reference. Depending on your room setting and ceiling height, you may want to go a little bit bigger. Now, hopefully my 4 designer tips on how to properly hang a chandelier will be helpful for you when you get ready to hang a new chandelier in your home, or if you need to adjust any chandeliers that you already have hanging. So now, if you found this video to be useful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and you want to get more tips on design and decorating, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. Once again, thanks for watching Designing with Holt on Design, designing for the home, body, and soul. Bye for now.